when you're just like pumping caffeine into your blood and it doesn't do anything.
I don't see any downside to
that. No. Ooh,
there's like this
cool music.
Yeah, I figured this could be our nice chill intro music that won't be able to find later.
You need to start keeping notes.
Well, no, this one's all saved in here. One of the things I got to do is take all my music and make playlists, but I finally... Oh, I didn't pay my rent. I finally caught up on... I'll do that after this. It ain't due till Monday. So...
That's the worst type of memory right there. Like, the worst, like, intrusive thought. Like, oh, actually... I could get evicted.
I'm getting evicted tomorrow.
Well, they messaged me when I first moved in, and they're like, "Hey, you gonna pay your rent?" I'm like, I did. I just looked on there, and it says I don't owe you guys anything. And they're like, "No, you definitely owe us money." And I'm like, on the website, like on the app and everything, it says, "Hey, you're all paid." And I showed them, and they're like, "Oh, okay, hold up." And then they're like, "Oh, so since I came in the middle of the month, it messed up their system, and so it said I was good, but in reality I wasn't." And so like I was like, okay, so I paid it, and I was like, yeah, no big deal, paid that. And then it was like 2 days later, it was like, hey, you gonna pay your late charges from the app? And I'm like, hey, I just got this pay your late charges thing on the app, but do I gotta do this? And they're like, no, don't worry, we'll get rid of that. I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
So,
well,
yeah, so then I got that to do. But what I was gonna say though is that I have finally paid off Christmas, so that's fun. Because my bank decided not to transfer money, so that was delightful.
Nice.
So, but, yeah, so that's all paid off. And then with the system, from what we're going to be switching from Roll20 to Fantasy Grounds, I have all the books in that. So character creation and everything should be very easy. I'm just going to wait until we move over to that, where I'm going to test it and get used to it with one of the other groups where somebody in that has the system, or like has used Fantasy Grounds and everything, so that way I can feel a little bit more comfortable and just like, okay, and then starts moving everybody over to that.
Okay.
The big problem that I found out with it is that it's not like Roll20 where everybody can just join in and get on whenever they want. Like, I need to have the game open. And so it's a downside, but I was looking at it, I was like, man, it is a bummer, but then I realized, I'm like, I don't know anybody that really, like, after character creation and needs to create their character needs to get on here. And so I was like, you know what? I can just have the room open like a couple days before, and then it's like, okay, if you gotta level up or move things around, that's when you do it.
Sure.
So
that's why I have a Google Doc.
Google.
Would I have to go back and watch the last 2 episodes and make sure I have all of the details updated?
That you know of.
Yeah, I'm slacking hardcore.
Hold on, where are my notes? Let's see. Nothing in this episode because we haven't done anything. Yep. Okay. That is
nothing in episode 8.
Yep. But I have things all throughout the first 5 episodes are. Oh, I don't have anything in episode 5. The first 4 episodes are notes all stolen from Josh. I think I'm gonna probably have to steal episode 5's notes too. But 6 and 7 are all my notes.
Feel free.
I need to go through and get Grintax and Sky Pirates' notes written in there. And then all the other stuff. And then I gotta add the stuff into my note collection from their things. That's what I was gonna do today, but then I got distracted watching YouTube and eating ravioli.
There's something very satisfying about a good ravioli.
Well, ever since the last DoorDash debacle, I'm just like, fine, I'm just gonna eat food here. So it's
You haven't
saving me
gone back.
money.
You were scarred.
Well, I don't know. It's just like in about a month or two, I will get tired of cooking food and be like, okay, let's get something.
Mhm.
And then I'll go back to that. But yeah, this is like very
We ready?
chill music. So yeah, and I got Elizabeth a message, so we're gonna go to 3 a.m.
You might be missing a paladin right around 11:30. Well, peace.
Did you guys hear that? We got an extra 30 minutes. Woo! No, I gotta make sure I'm up early because I gotta go record something for church.
Yeah, it really does. Like, obviously, not just in church, love church, but like, it sucks on Saturday nights when you just want to like stay up and do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And church is like, hello, 8:30 tomorrow morning. I'm like, oh gosh, I can't handle that.
Yep.
You just wake up at 5 and then 8:30 feels way earlier.
I know,
way
but when
later.
you go to bed at 1,
Hey,
I mean,
4 hours of sleep. Did
I've
me
been
great
doing-
in college.
I've been doing a lot of like, you know, staying up till 2 and then getting up at 8 lately.
no one wants to see me on 4 hours of sleep ever. Ever.
Yeah, I certainly don't.
Alrighty, so let's...
John will be calling Dave tomorrow morning and be like, come over here and handle
You
my
deal
wife.
with her.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
Dave just comes over and he wakes you up with the bird voices.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I'll punch him in the face.
Oh man. I was thinking that, like, I don't know why this thought. It was mainly because the bird voice is loud. I'm like, man, I can't wait to have like literally my own place where I can be as loud as I want when I do these things. And then I remembered I saw this house and I was like, what? In Yardley. And I was like, why is this so like cheap overall, like compared to the rest of the houses in there? And I looked inside it and there's no kitchen. There's like walls that are all plywood. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh, that's
You're just
really
down to the studs. Yeah.
Well, but no, like there are stuff on there. It's just like from the pictures, I'm pretty sure there's less as you go through. But I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? It looks like 2 of those rooms are livable. And kitchen stuff, will be the house that never gets fixed because I'm like, I'm streaming. But yeah.
Yep.
So let's rock and roll. Let's get into some D&D. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is a blip doop. I don't remember how much.
Do you want to do introductions?
Yeah, let's start with that. Why don't you introduce yourselves? And you know what? We'll just go from left to right as I see them on my own Zoom screen. So, Lor, aka John, why don't you introduce yourselves?
I am Lor, aka John, as Dave said. I play Lord Dockham, who is the fighter of the group.
John as the lore. He is the lore?
I,
He knows all lore of Mykrin?
I am the word.
Okay, so do you know what age we're in? Oh, man.
Oh, you said it, and I can't remember it anymore. It was like the second age or something?
You're in the third age.
Third, okay.
Second age was the age of wars, where
Oh, that's
pretty
right.
much at the end of that is where we have where the continents and everything was split up. Age 3, there's been more regional wars hence West and East Atris being created, and like other small things, but it's a lot more of a time of peace and adventure and exploring. Age 1, no one really knows, because that was like near the birth of like tieflings and dwarves and humans and all that stuff, and they were just coming out to the world. So it's like the first age is where there was a lot of like celestial and elemental battles, and I don't know, whatever else is in there. So, yeah. But yes. Hey, well, moving on down the line on my screen is the person that I said I wasn't, that was clear that John said that I would have to come wake up if we go too late. So.
All right, well, that's me, the grumpy one. I am Elizabeth. That's my real name. My character name is Zevarra Gallina, and I'm playing the paladin with some messy family history.
Did you say the name of your paladin? I think I might have missed that.
Zevarra.
Okay.
Zevarra Gallina.
Zevarra. As they said in paladin school, Zevarra the Grumpy. No.
Sometimes that is accurate.
Yes.
All right.
Don't shake your head at that. That's not okay.
They're fighting. Ah. Next. I'm realizing I'm trying to get a little bit better at the intros of y'all, and I realize I already messed it up with this is Lor as John, or John as Lor. And I'm trying to get better. So next on my screen is a man that I've known for many days and years, and we hung out and ate many of Wendy's and talked about many of things. Josh, how you doing?
I was prepping for Nate. Oops, hold on. Hi,
I think I might have
Josh.
messed up the order of everything that's normally here, but I'm like, whatever. This is the order now.
Hi, my name's Josh, and I'm messy. And
Josh the Messy.
And I play Aesheon Kaetchuum, the possible future cult leader of evil small creatures. And I have a companion with me named Little Ash, who is a goblin, who is also a cleric like me. And we like to be impulsive.
Cleric. Maybe.
I think we can get plushies of Little Ash.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I just need to dye
just get a little baby Yoda plushie.
Then we'll
man.
have.
You know, it'd be great for next Halloween. Josh has to convince his wife to have his daughter dress up like Little Ash.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Could probably be a political
That would be
thing.
amazing.
All right.
I guess that leaves me.
Yeah, the man that we met recently and showed up because he was invited, but we still like him anyway. The man of many wigs, Nate.
Yes. So my name's Nate.
Oh, go ahead.
That's fine. I like that. So my name is Nate. I play Zephan, who's also known by some, but not our party, as Mad Dog. I am the dashing and sneaky rogue of the group.
All right.
Dashing and sneaky.
I also realize you're
and
the only...
humble too.
Extremely humble.
Yes,
extremely
very.
humble.
And unless I'm missing it, the only character in the party that doesn't have a last name.
I have many last names.
Yes. It's,
In fact, my last name that I used was Mad Dog. So.
Alrighty. And then I'm always here, so. Hi, I'm that guy that talks a lot in every game. Anyway. So. The question I want to ask next is, do any of you guys, does anyone not have inspiration?
I don't think so, because we didn't use it last time.
I used my inspiration.
Oh, that's right.
Little Ash.
The search or something. Yes.
Oh, so then are you up for recap?
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do the
You can have half an
recap.
inspiration. You're half inspired. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
For a point
So,
of inspiration.
last episode, we entered into Cresthaven. So our 4 now dressed as cleric party members, 5 technically, because Little Ash is also dressed as a cleric. That's just hilarious to me to think that there's just this little goblin that's painted blue and looks like a baby tiefling walking around dressed as a cleric right now. And we enter in through the Stallion Gate into Cresthaven. We are met by guards who ask us who we're there to meet. And we bluff our way into Cresthaven. We make it into the Mare Mall, where Zevarra meets Granny, who is a shopkeeper of sorts who's selling wares, and Granny gives Zevarra a magical silver ring, and Aesheon finds a silver spoon that he then buys that both give off magical properties. And while we're there, there is a festivity of happiness happening all around. And so we notice that all of the people here are giddy and happy and frolicking, except some appear to be noticing that we are not as giddy, happy, and gallivanting as everyone else. And as we are moving through the town to the shadier district called Gelding Landing to find the seediest bar in town.
You're good. I accidentally hit stop on the music.
We notice that there's this guy in an alleyway who is pacing back and forth and looks very disheveled and looks like there's something wrong. And as we notice him, he comes out of the alley, he approaches us, moves past us, and this dirty human proposes to a tiefling.
This dirty human.
And
we were ready to kill him.
After giving all of us a little scare, we finally make it down to this bar called the what was the bar called? The Glue Factory. I think that's what we called it, or I don't remember.
Yeah, the Glue Factory.
Yeah, or the glue stick. The glue stick. That's what Dave.
Yeah.
That's what Dave.
We changed. Yeah, we amended it.
And so we get in there. Zephan turns into Mad Dog. Mad Dog leaves the bar, not being noticed, and goes and finds out some information about the flooding that's happened in different parts of Cresthaven, specifically the Chateau pathway. And our group realizes that we're not making any headway doing what we're doing, but that everything mischievous that happens in Cresthaven happens in the Hidden Estates. And so we make our way to the Hidden Estates. And as we make our way there, we notice that there are hundreds upon hundreds of people, maybe even thousands of people that are in purple robes exiting from a mansion. And as we approach this mansion, and everyone is pouring out of the mansion, we realize that that is the place that we need to go to try to find these children. And we sneakily enter through the front door. And as we open the door, we hear a sound. And that is where we cut the black last week.
That's good. Also, this is way more intense music than I thought it was. I know I have sneaky sounding music on here somewhere. That definitely isn't it. I'll find it eventually. That works. Thought I had one that was a different, but this works. All right. By the way, I also got one of the other maps set up, so that was fun.
I saw. I have that up.
And then I named
Just
it
in case
incorrectly.
we make it to the Akloy.
The center of the world. All right, let's bring you guys into
We have to go get tea first. Don't get too far ahead of yourself.
That's only if we all make it out of here.
I don't know. I feel like if we're losing someone, we definitely need to go get tea.
Are we in the middle of the map?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the like giant map that we have to find.
Yeah, so you're kind of in the middle on the left side.
Okay, I see it now. I had to zoom all the way out.
There we go.
All right.
Mansion crawl.
Let's see.
Mansion crawl.
It's
Are we on a bridge?
This is kind of like the leading into it. Just yeah, we can imagine there's like a little bit of like a pond or like kind of like a koi pond that is underneath here. Here we can put a little.
You're putting fish in it.
Yeah, I was gonna put a fish. There we go.
That's a
I
whale.
want to pull out my fishing rod and go fishing.
Wow. That is.
There we go.
Oh no.
There we go. Woo! Free Willy.
What? Yeah. What is living in this tiny pond?
Alright, but no, so I think that was the last thing, the last recorded numbers here was perception, I believe.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was scrolling up to see where everything was, and I was like, where are all the numbers? I forgot. We roll manually. All right, and so.
Well, yeah, Josh pushed them.
Yeah, I think it is in there. So
we had a 19, a 21, a 22.
Yeah,
and
so I think everyone is going to hear this, where you guys hear like muffled like, how do you say? But it's like very, very faint that you guys can hear through the doors.
Okay. I feel like we need to like sneak up to the door. So maybe I turn to Zephan and ask him if like hey, can you go see if you can open that quietly and maybe get a peek of what's behind there?
So I would like to go up to the door. Oh my goodness, I can't do anything right now. I would like to go up to the door.
Other way.
Oh,
other way.
he's gone.
This is the door. You were at the door.
You left.
No, what are you doing?
I know. I'm sorry, I'm not using a mouse currently because I don't have a table to work on and my trackpad is being goofy. So give me 1 second.
Yeah,
here.
there you go. You're back here.
He's just running back and forth.
Oh, I'm trying to like.
What's going on? Okay.
You're back. These are the doors to enter.
What is going on?
Get it together. Get it together.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I would like to sneakily peek through the doors
Yeah, roll stealth.
and see
Yeah.
what happens. Stealth time. So +5 makes that a 22.
22.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you're able to peek through these doors. Here, since you're having a little bit of trouble, I'm gonna say that you guys kind of already had this first set of doors open. So you're kind of at the second one. So since you're having a problem with your touchpad, there you go. This is where you're peeking if you're okay, right?
Nice. Okay.
All right, and so you peek through. All right, so are you gonna kind of be cracking?
Yeah, so like
The
crack
door
the
you're
door
in
open
front
a little bit, and kind of like peek through to look off towards the side there.
I'm gonna hold back. I am not in any way stealthy, so I'm gonna let like whoever is a little quieter be up front.
I'm gonna play that little Ash is in the backpack right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
As we're going into the building.
Yeah. If you want to leave little Ash here, while you move,
that's probably fine.
Yeah.
He'll probably come out at some point, but we'll just set him over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you can grab him. But yeah, so that's.
Lor, would you go first, or would you stay back to?
I can go up midway, but we should probably let Zephan take the lead on at least initial entry.
Okay, so now I'd like to
bring up the rear. I'll just take that position of being at the back.
I'd like to scoot over to the other side of the door and kind of peek through the other direction also.
All right, and we can just carry your roll over. All right, so we'll say with you kind of moving this
Yeah.
Just, oh well.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what you see right now.
Okay. I'll like turn around to the others and go like, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just open the door here and like slip in and to the side, like to like right here.
Okay. Then
What is your
So
look?
like sneaking.
Like, what message are you sending to us?
Just like shh, like be quiet.
Okay. Follow or no?
No. Just wait a second.
Alright, so with that.
All right. We'll move up to.
Yeah, I'll come in
Aesheon's on the
too.
other side of the door.
Oops. The joys of trying to move everything, and then sometimes the little bit more gets revealed. Expected.
Hmm.
But you're here, so I'm gonna reveal this whole area to you. Come over here. Boop. Yeah. So, as you enter here, you see this vast open entryway with staircases leading up. It is vast and clean, and just these fancy torch lights are everywhere. As you enter this area, you definitely feel small, like, of just the grand vastness of the wealth and everything that has built this place up. And yeah, you can just kind of just take in the
Cool.
amazement. This place. Some might
Are
say,
the voices any
what
clearer?
a mansion. A little bit. You can hear the voices. Like, it's still kind of muffled. They're kind of coming from back here. Like, kind of, you feel like through these doors. You just hear just like, oh yeah, man, how's your weekend? I don't know, it's doing good.
Lor kind of whispers through the door crack and asks Zephan, "Do you see anything?"
Sorry, everything froze up there for a second. So I'll kind of whisper back through the door. No. You guys can come through, but just be very quiet.
All right, I turn to the rest and say, "It looks like it's clear. Let's get through this door before anybody sees us standing out here."
Okay. So I'll follow. Again, I'll stay in the rear. Are we kind of like
It was just kind of, yeah.
along the wall here?
Yeah.
Dave, I think I missed it. Did you say where I was? It sounded like you said I was hearing something kind of muffled. Did you say where it was coming from?
Yeah, so
Towards the back, like
up here.
Yeah, like you can. There's like a double set of doors right here.
Okay.
I don't know if I reeled enough, but yeah, you hear voices from there.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll be
are
like,
we seeing? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll be like, hey guys, I think there's voices coming from the doors over there. We should avoid that. We might want to check out these passageways on either side of us. And I'll kind of like point to where you can see these hallways like right here and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's
Should we split up?
let's start with the passageway to the left. And I'll kind of
Yeah,
like
agreed.
I can take lead and then just kind of form up behind.
And Aesheon is right on his 6.
And again, I'll take out the rear.
Right.
Zephan, are you frozen again?
Yeah, he froze.
Um,
Oh.
Can we assume that Zephan is looking through the door? Are these
Yeah,
the
we'll bring
little
them along.
brown things? Are those doors? So like the little brown ones at top, are those doors too?
What,
like
these?
this right here.
These right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, are
those
those
things.
doors?
Uh-oh, he left, and now the alignment's off. There we go. We'll do that, and then when he comes back, we'll... They were probably-
I would assume that we're letting Zephan try to crack doors. But if he's
Yeah.
not there, I'm the next sneakiest.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I was-
these... Oh, go ahead. Oh, and he back.
I was gonna do just like a general perception check, just to see if we can hear anything, like if there's any noise or just general movement or conversation or anything through the doors.
Yeah, can
Sorry
I
about
do
that,
an
guys.
investigation check too? That's okay.
You're all good. You're here.
You're good.
Internet completely cut out for a second.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Dave, I'm looking for like obviously there's not a lot of detail on the map, but I guess like I don't know. I think I just want to look for. I want to know what I see in terms of like portraits on the wall or decor. Like I want to like are there bookcases or I just kind of want to get a feel for maybe what the people are like who live in this mansion, or what is their what are their priorities and values.
Yeah.
That's not great. All right, that's a 10.
A 10 investigation. Yeah, so in that area, like, as you walked in, it was very Spartan setup. Like, there wasn't a lot of, like, pictures. It didn't look like... It was a very impressive entryway, but honestly, it didn't seem like there was... It, like, just... They're not trying to impress people with that area. And, like, honestly, with that, something maybe you can deduce is that, like, whoever had this carved out of the wall... or like made this mansion, like modeled it after like kind of like a castle, where like it was just this broad open place. And but yeah, there really isn't a lot of things of like notification and all that. And like honestly, another thing that you can deduce with that is maybe that entry area is where all the cult people are, and where they have like the purple robe like kind of ceremony, since it was a big open area.
Okay, so we can't really tell anything about
not currently. You might be able to find more as you enter farther in.
Dave, can I sneak over to this door over here and just try to listen at the door and see if I hear anything more distinctly on the inside?
Yeah, which door? The single or the double?
The big double.
The
door
one up there at the top.
Yeah, the ones up here.
Yeah, go ahead. And
let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, and then Lord, you rolled perception as well, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 6, so nothing exciting.
Oh man, guys, come on.
Where'd he go?
We are crawling.
There you
Why?
Oh, you
Why?
went up to that door.
up.
Yeah, he's all the way up top.
Oh, you went to a different double set door. Okay.
Now I want to go up here and I want to just listen at the door and see if I hear anything more distinctly there.
Okay, yeah.
While he's doing that, I guess Laura and I are at this set of double doors, listening.
Is someone peeking through?
I'll probably just do the same perception that he is, or I guess are we at two separate doors?
You're at two
Laura?
separate doors. He's checking the double doors in this that were right in front of you. All right, let's do Zephan first. Zephan, what did you get? Oh, you cut out.
You
Perception.
froze.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on tonight. What do you want me to roll? Stealth, perception?
If you're just listening, roll perception.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
13. So yeah, you hear like a conversation between two people, and it's just of just like, oh, like kind of muffled a little bit as you're hearing it through the wall. It was just like, or the door, just like, oh yeah, I can't believe those people. Oh man, those people finally left. Yeah, I know. I didn't think we were able to get the things upstairs, you know? Yeah, but hey, it's a weird gig, but it's a paying gig, you know? Yep. Well, let's just get everything upstairs and hopefully we can, I don't know, go enjoy this feast a little bit, you know? Yeah. And now, like, you kind of hear, kind of footsteps walking away. And
Walking away from me.
Walking away and, like, a door closing.
Okay. This door that I'm standing at, does it look like, I mean, like, what kind of handles does it have? Does it look like it opens inside, outside? It
looks like it can swing both ways, but it's a very ornate looking door, and it like has a golden handle and it looks very fancy. It looks like it was made to impress, but okay. Yeah, there's nothing like that you can sit there and be like, yes, this is like, besides it looking very, like as we said, fancy and
sure,
decadent, there's nothing that really stands out.
Okay. I'll go ahead and sneak back over to my fellows here and
all right.
Yeah.
So while
talk to them when I get back.
Yep. So while he was doing that, who was doing what?
So I think I'm at the big doors doing a perception check, and were you doing a perception check at the other door?
Yeah, and I had rolled a 6 on that perception check.
All right.
I had rolled an 11.
An 11. And so yeah, so Lord, you actually, like, very clear, you don't hear anything, like,
yeah.
But Ash, you hear like the shuffling of papers, like, and someone mumbling, just like, oh, I don't know.
So I turn around to the party and I go, "There's somebody in this one."
And I point to the door behind me and I say, "This sounds clear. I'm not hearing anything."
Zephan, have you told us what you heard?
I don't think so, because I was on my way back when they were listening.
We'll say, like, after, like, everyone's caught back up together now.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll very quietly, like, kind of in a whisper, I'll be like, all right, so I heard some people talking about taking stuff upstairs and it being a weird gig. Have you guys heard anything?
No.
Nothing significant yet.
Yeah, just says somebody's in this one.
I'll get kind of like I started looking like.
I want to crack my door just a little bit and just kind of do like a peek inside.
Okay. Are you gonna be stealthy, or are you just kind of?
I can do it stealthy.
It's up to you. Yeah. So. Yeah, roll stealth.
No, be super loud.
Yep, just kick it, boot it in.
Like Leon.
Oh dear Lord, what is wrong? Ugh, that's a 5.
So yeah, so Laura's like, what? If you can answer this,
been quieter to boot it.
How
Laura goes to like quietly push open the door, and little Ash like whispers in his ear like, "Hey man, be quiet!" And he startles and just falls into the door.
Well, what I was gonna ask is, what is your modifier to that?
I rolled a 3, and my modifier is 2.
So we can say you're being careful, and it's like maybe the door was just like, as you
the
like.
The door that really needs WD-40.
The loudest door of all time.
Yeah, well,
just gonna go like,
all right. So everybody freezes, like just does that kind of like freeze frame and waits a second. And then
you hear, and like, if you guys are gonna be real quiet, you're just like, oh, someone's going to, must be the guards. And as like whoever was in there is in this office above you.
Right. Laura turns around and kind of gives like an apologetic like shrug.
This double door here to this office, does it look like it opens inwards or outwards?
It looks like it opens inward.
Okay. Is there any way to like tie the handles together or anything.
Do you have rope?
I have rope.
I have a burglar's pack, which I believe comes with rope.
If you want to tie the rope, or if you want to tie the doors up.
So very quietly, I'm gonna go over, cut off a short length of rope, and tie the doors shut.
Okay.
That's a good call.
Yeah. That works. I'm just wondering if there was like, there isn't like a skill check or anything to be like, how good is this? So yeah, no.
You could do like a survival check if you wanted him to see if he could tie a good knot.
Maybe sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want sleight of hand. That's your good
I
one.
would say survival would be the better option for it though.
And we'll do history. The history of knots. No. No, yeah, you can do a survival for that one. That one.
Okay.
tracks.
Here we go. I rolled 11.
Yeah, okay. It looks solid. Like, if anyone's gonna come out, it's going to, like, it's definitely gonna feel like it's gonna take them a bit.
Sweet. Then I'll come over here and kind of come up next to Lor, and she'll be like, shh. And
Lor.
I'll try to like
condescending.
quietly push the door open a little bit more and sneak inside here, just to the corner. I want to go over towards here.
Okay. So. Yeah, and you know that the door is squeaky, so we'll just say keep moving things along. Yeah. You go in.
Pink.
And
So
it's
many
this
doors.
bare, empty, just kind of area where, and like on the walls here, you can see like these portraits that are going down, and it looks like it looks like it's just like kind of just random like older people, like a family portrait of like a family just sitting on a couch, and like not the couch, but like you've seen there's like pictures where it's got like the wife sitting in the chair and the husband behind him, and then the kids are like across from them, and it's got like the family dog. It's like one of those pictures. It looks like another picture of like a landscape, another picture of just some abstract art. And yeah.
So before anybody else comes through, I like put my hand out to like stop them. And in my burglar's pack, I have 2 flasks of oil, so I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the hinges of the door to make it quieter, so that when big old Lor comes through.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, and so yeah, you're good there. So that door opens easily now, and you guys you don't have to roll stealth. You guys can all get in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Lor
Sounds gonna
motions
move.
to Zephan to go and like check this corner up here.
Yeah, I'll go up
Wow.
and stealthily like peek around the corner.
And then can
Well, he
I
does
lean
that.
in and like listen at this door?
Yeah, Aesheon was also going to come over to that door as well
Okay.
Come up
to
behind.
do perception.
Alright, so you guys want to roll that.
Oh my gosh. Horrible.
What did you do, Zevarra?
All right, that is a 7. Zevarra is having a rough go of this.
All right, Ash rolled a 15.
Dear goodness gracious, I
Alright.
just rolled a nat 20.
It's
Just
quiet.
accidentally.
It is very, very quiet in there.
Okay. I'm gonna open that door then, if we have the ability.
Yeah, it doesn't seem locked. Alright.
So I'm just gonna open it all the way open.
Alright. Yeah, and it seems fine. And it looks like inside is just some random living quarters, where it looks more like maybe servant or just gonna like where some housekeepers or something where they would live, where nothing overly special in there. Little light cast.
I'm gonna detect
candles. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna detect magic just to see if I can sense anything nearby.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
That's it's like 30.
And is there any?
No, it just happens. There's no.
Oh yeah. Then no, you don't sense anything magical.
Okay.
I'm wondering, there might not be, but are there any like, I don't know, like papers, notes, like
No, not in
servants,
here.
to-do lists? Okay.
Not sitting out at least.
Are there anything in either of these chests? I'm just gonna pop them both open to look.
Yeah,
and see
it
if
looks
they're
like it's just kind of work clothes and like a handful of like maybe more sentimental items of like maybe like a wooden like horse, and I just realized how everything's been horse related in this. But yeah, like a wooden horse or like a doll of just stuff that maybe they had before they were in here. It seems like from what you can gather that whoever claims these bunks doesn't have a lot in this world, and it's stuff that was either from their childhood that they were able to save, or just kind of work items or clothes or change the clothes.
Okay. I'll creep over to this door then and listen.
Okay, yeah, roll for that. And while you're rolling for that, let's go to the other guys. What are you guys doing?
I want to sneak up to this corner and just very stealthily peek around it and see kind of what's back in this area here.
So yeah, it's just looks like just like an odds and storage area back there.
And I'm gonna head up here and just kind of do another listening perception check.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Yeah, which door are you going for? Are you going for this one?
Yeah,
or?
I'll do the one on the left.
Okay, I'll do the one at the top then.
Okay, and that is a 7.
All right, so you're checking.
Have you rolled above a 10 yet?
No.
Yeah, he's rolling real bad.
You're checking that door right there.
The one on the left.
On
yeah.
the left.
Oh
Okay,
my
yeah,
gosh.
No, you don't hear anything in there.
All right.
You need to send that dice to like dice jail. Get a good one.
They've been real good.
I rolled an 11 listening in at the top door here.
All right,
If we get through this, man.
so inside there, you hear like, "Oh, we do these, we do, cooking the fish." Yeah.
I'll lightly tap Lor on the shoulder, and if he turns around, I'll just be like, "Person."
I nod in understanding.
And then I'll just kind of signal to like go across to the door over here. If I can get it to, there we go. Maybe. There we go.
I have a feeling we're going to end up in the same room.
I'm going to crack this door and just kind of slowly look inside. What am I rolling on that?
If you want to roll stealth or
Stealth, yeah. All right. Oh,
New
you gotta be
dice.
kidding me.
New
That
dice.
That is new dice, and I rolled a 1.
Oh.
No.
well, you go to open this door and it's locked actually. So it's just like
Okay. Okay.
Does the fish guy hear it?
Thieves' tools.
I'm gonna stop touching doors.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So, Zephan and Zevarra, you guys.
So I rolled a 16.
You rolled a 16
on my investigation, perception.
I rolled a natural 19 for a 20.
Okay. You guys hear in like some noises in this room.
Oh.
Like,
Can we tell what kind?
Well, definitely with Ash's sound, you can hear it sounded like a.
Sounded like a.
Yeah, it sounded like a.
So Zevarra
Does it-
like looks back at Ash and it.
Can I roll an insight to like see if I have any idea what type of thing would make that noise?
Yeah.
That's another natural 19.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
that is for a 22.
Yeah, so you're like, man, that sounds like it sounds very similar to like a door.
Okay. So I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna try to open our door.
All right. Yeah. So you being stealthy or anything, or just opening
Yeah.
it?
He's just trying to open the door.
All right.
He's gonna just try to open it.
All right. Real quick, Zephan, roll perception check.
I was
I'll have to-
okay. Let's see here. Ooh, I rolled a 17.
Hey, you hear noises from this room.
Does the door open inwards or outwards?
Inward.
Are we just hearing each other?
Possibly. Good possibility.
I'm gonna look over at Lore and say, "What was in that room?" Quietly, like whisper it.
I don't know. It was locked.
I'm gonna kind of go like this and sneak over to this door and try to pick the lock with my thieves' tools.
All right. You roll sleight of hand, and this is what Zevarra and Ash see. Yeah, a room that seems like a little bit of maybe a break room for the guests and stuff. It looks like there's just some odds and ends that are out. Maybe, yeah, as you can see, there's definitely a tea set and some chairs. Yeah.
Anything in this like bookcase over here?
Yeah, if you look in there, it looks like it's just kind of maybe like tea supplies and maybe a few like just things to make, like kind of just like some snacks.
Okay. Any pastries? Are there any goodies? Because I want to take them.
I was like making him roll things.
There's
What snacks are there, Dave? What snacks?
So it looks like there's some packaged like kind of bars with what you're not sure if they're blueberries or raisins in them.
Oh no!
And it looks like there is like some form of bread as well that was probably made like recently. It's not like old moldy bread.
I look at Ash and I just shrug and I'm like, "It's Crosshaven, right? It's gotta all be good." And I like take one of each.
They're both thinking the same thing. So Aesheon is just taking like some of the tea that he finds.
And
Zevarra is like smiling, like, "Good call, good call."
okay, and Little Ash is like, yeah, and like grabs the tea set, and he's very loud.
The tea set.
Yep.
I love it. We'll let him take his tea set. That's
So I
fine.
rolled that. Lore, you here? As a familiar, friendly, or unfriendly, or annoying goblin noise.
Or Lore knows what he's hearing and just pushes open the door with a very stony, disappointed look on his face.
And a very
Zevarra,
theatrical.
like, quietly, like, I'm still wearing my robes, right? Just like
Yep.
putting the bread and the
Asheon's like
food.
midway to like gnashing food in his mouth, and Zevarra's like hiding
Aesheon's
food.
showing her how like the vestments have like little spaces that you can put stuff in.
Ooh, that is so nice. I need to get me one of these.
So many
Lore
pockets.
just looks, shakes his head, and slightly walks halfway up these stairs over here.
All right, I'm following.
Yeah, I will follow here in a second too. I'm just.
Do we want to
taking
do?
notes on what just happened.
Do we want to do Zephan's lock
Yeah.
picking?
Yep. What did you roll for that?
I rolled a 21.
Nice.
Ah,
Your
nice.
tools broke. No, just- That's right. Yeah. Alright, and so yeah, you hear like, and yeah, the door kind of swings open,
Stealthily.
And you like there isn't any noise, but like you see a staircase heading up.
Oh,
Going up.
Yeah.
Are we on a down staircase? Like, what are we on?
Oh yeah, I guess this is like a staircase that's like kind of heading downward, and yeah. So yours is heading down. This one in the room is heading up.
Is there like a door at the bottom of ours here?
Yes, there's a door, and it's not like a steep staircase down. It's like it's just a slight,
like a little ramp type of thing. Yeah.
I think Zevarra came out and is like here so that she could see Zephan, and she like yells like, "What did you find? What's behind there?"
Zephan is going to turn around and go, "Shh, person," and like motion to the door behind them, and then he's going to be like, "Stairs going up."
So Zevarra turns in and she whispers like, "Even on stairs, find a locked door. I think we should go that way."
Lor
and starts to move.
Yeah, Lor nods and follows. I don't know that we want. I don't know that we want to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more interested in a locked door.
Right. Yeah. Stairs behind locks or locked door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna go up the stairs?
Yeah.
I think so.
Stealthily. I'm going to sneak up the stairs.
What? So our orders probably.
I'm in the back.
Put yourself in.
Lor, you follow
I can go second.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'll be behind Lor, just because I know that I'll get in trouble if I try to go past him.
Oh, you're learning. Is that character growth? Do we have a character growth moment?
Character arc.
You get an XP bonus for that.
All right. Seeing where it lines up over here, and boop. All right, so it should be on your right.
On my right. Oh my God.
And I'll bring your. All right, I was gonna bring your characters over. Boom. No.
Oh boy.
Oh, gotcha.
Are you bringing them all over? Or
Boop.
I need to bring my character.
There you go. Yeah, so you head up here, and what assumes that you're on the second floor.
I'll just go ahead and like peek around. I'm guessing this is like a banister or railing, and then the stairs go up.
Yeah.
Another flight. Okay.
No.
So, like,
yes, that does go up another one.
Okay. So I like peek around the banister, like sneakily looking to see off down this hallway here.
Yeah. So actually,
Lor, you're letting Ash get in front of you.
Where are we going? I'm only seeing the first floor still.
Oh,
No,
you
you're
zoom
over
go
to your
all
right.
the way out. We're all the way on the right side.
Okay. I was like, I don't know where to go. All right, let me. Ugh, pain to manage.
yes, this is a very big map.
Yeah, it is.
So there.
Why are you there twice?
I don't know.
Oh, because he brought his.
He brought
person.
himself over.
I just copied you guys.
Oh, you just copied us over there. I gotcha. Then I will go back
There
over
are
there.
two Lors.
I'm gonna say Lor has a hidden talent we didn't know about.
That is an archetype actually.
I have a cloning skill.
that is a fighter archetype where you can.
You can
it's an echo
make
fighter.
like a
One of the people in Sky Pirates has that ability.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and sneak over to here and try to peer off down this area here and see what I can see.
Right. And
Is this another stairwell going up?
yeah,
Dave?
that's going up.
Got you.
So yeah, you see kind of like a window that's looking to the outside, and but yeah, nothing really in this hallway.
I'll go over here and listen in at this door. See if I can hear anything.
All right.
Yeah, also move.
Can I?
Probably
This
stay.
is probably dumb, but can I sneak up to the top of these stairs and see if I can like peek around this banister, or does it like go way up? Like I can't. If it goes too far, I won't do it. But I want to like be able to see my people, but also see if I can like peek around.
Yeah, no, you can go to the top there. I just gotta find it. Oh, I misspoke. That does not go up. That is like the both top and bottom of the stairs. So yeah, like that was like the banister.
Oh, it's like a two-sided
Gotcha.
stairs. Okay,
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Aesheon's probably gonna listen into this door with Zephan.
All right, what did you guys roll? Oh, go ahead.
I rolled a 9.
We're doing what? Perception?
I rolled a 4.
Yeah, if you guys want to look in there, just peek around. Like.
Yeah, I was just peeking around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want peeking around, we can just show this.
I rolled a 12.
There you go. You can just see the rest of this room. And yeah, Ash and Zephan, you don't hear anything in this room.
Can I test the door to see if it's locked?
It is not.
Can I crack it open so I can peek through stealthily?
Yep. Yeah, if you want to roll stealth.
I got an 11.
Guys, why are we rolling like this?
I know.
What'd you see?
Oh, the bed.
I don't see anybody in the bed, right?
No one's in the bed.
Okay. I'll just kind of push the door open and like sneak inside to like this corner right here.
All right.
As he does that, Aesheon will be right on his tail.
Yeah. And inside here, and Ash, you definitely, comparing the two kind of bedroom areas that you saw, this one is definitely nicer in what is inside. Maybe this is where some of the either maybe better servants live, or maybe some of the this definitely, like, it's not as nice as like a place where maybe an owner of the home would live, but it is definitely nicer, and so maybe a higher paid staff or something of that nature.
Do we notice anything in either of the chests? Are they unlocked? Can we open them?
Yeah, they're both unlocked, and it's kind of the same things where it looks like some work clothes, like a little bit more finer work clothes, like maybe maybe something like a butler or would be wearing, but underneath at the bottom, and same thing with like there was maybe like a few like newspapers or the equivalent of magazines or books inside there, but at the bottom you find purple robe, like a purple robe in each.
I'm gonna put a purple robe into my bag.
I'm going
to put a purple robe on.
I'm going to change into the butler's clothes and then put a purple robe on.
Nice. That I was hoping someone was gonna do that.
So Aesheon's gonna put the robe on.
All right.
Metagaming, you should grab them for us if there's enough.
No,
And
there's only
then
two.
my vestments and clothes are going to go into my bag with the rest of my disguises.
All right.
And then I'm gonna just kind of peek out the window, just see what's outside.
Yeah, outside you see like kind of just a handful of people walking around. You can hear like kind of the merriment and the music like off in the distance as people are celebrating the Reese feast. And you just see that, and like I don't know, every once in a while you maybe see like someone in a purple robe just like meandering around, but they're like kind of in pairs or trios.
Okay.
Are there anything in these bookcases here?
This looks more like kind of more cleaning supplies stuff, where there's like feather dusters and maybe just odds and end plates and just kind of, just random things inside.
All right, so I'm gonna creep up to this door and listen.
All right, roll.
Ooh, 17.
All right, you hear like footsteps of someone walking, just like or something, and you hear like a conversation, just like, "Yep, crazy times, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's weird taking things up to the mirror room. I know, but yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but you know what? A job's a job. It's I don't know. The mirror room's a little bit weird. Yeah." As they kind of fade out of hearing.
Okay,
distance.
so they're like moving away from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna tap Aesheon on the shoulder, and then whisper, "If anybody sees us, let me do the talking. Don't say anything."
Aesheon just looks at him and just goes, "You have no idea who any of this is, what any of this is about."
Doesn't matter. Trust me.
And
then I'm gonna walk out here and join Zevarra.
All right.
And Aesheon's just mumbling under his breath, like, "Stupid Zephan doesn't even know how we got into this place. I'm the one who talked us into this place."
So Zevarra starts like waving people over and turns around and quietly, well, I guess waits for Lor to like I'm calling everyone.
Okay.
I just overheard people talking about a mirror room, that they're taking stuff there and it's weird, and maybe that's where we need to go. Oh gosh, I don't even know what this role would be like. Do any of us know? Is this like something? Do I know? Have I read or heard, or would I have
do we know anything about a mirror room?
This is, to my knowledge, the first you heard anything about a mirror room.
And it wouldn't have been something like this. Is so unique to like this experience.
Yeah, like
It's not.
if you want, if anyone, I'm not going to let multiple people roll on these checks, so I'll let you guys decide. One person can roll history, and somebody can roll arcana.
While people are doing that, I'm gonna walk over to the cleaning supplies and just grab a couple of cleaning supplies from the shelves here.
All right, well, while you're doing that, you actually, like, bump into little Ash as he's already in there, and he's, like, holding a feather duster and swinging around, like, and like looks at you like, ah.
Sounds just like looking at little Ash going, "Buddy, come on, no,
I'll just
too much."
And
I'll just lean in,
pulls out
give him
another
a
feather
cheeky
duster
wink,
for you.
And I'll be like, and take the feather duster from him.
And he's just like sparkles in his eyes, just like, ah.
Aesheon gets down on his knees next to him and just like picks him up and is just like, "Buddy, come on, you can't, no."
And he like pulls
It's
out
like,
another feather duster for you.
And I just put it, I put it back onto the shelf, and I'm just like, "No, buddy, come on."
Oh,
I'm just
so disappointed. I have a +4 to Arcana.
Yeah, I've got nothing for either of those.
And Josh, you can add feather duster to his inventory.
All right, so I'll roll for Arcana.
And a tea set, and a tea set,
And a tea set, a feather duster and a tea set.
No. All right, guys, that was a nat 1
On which one?
for a total of 5 Arcana.
Arcana, yeah.
I guess
ringing a bell.
I have one to
You
history,
lose knowledge.
so I'll roll a history if nobody else wants to, just see if I can come up with anything about.
Maybe you'll roll the nat 20 to my nat 1.
That's a 17 for history.
All right, yeah. So
Nice.
you
That's not bad.
remember, you remember maybe hearing accounts like maybe if you were talking with Brother Truss, or maybe in your conversations with Takal, or maybe just been something you read, that mirrors could be used for communication, and in some rare cases, even traveling. Mirrors of importance seem to, like, have weird properties in the past with definitely with Reese, like whether, and Takal maybe probably wasn't super clear on maybe some of the things, but he's like, yeah, he really likes mirrors, whether he's, sorry, Reese is a guy, yeah, I think. I forgot.
No, Reese
is a girl. Yeah, Reese.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reese was.
Yeah, Reese. He's like, yeah, it's not that she's vain, but she likes to peek through them from time to time.
Well, that's super creepy.
Well, that makes more sense. So Aesheon just kind of tells everybody that what he knows about mirrors from his studies, because nobody else knows the other thing. So he's just trying to like play up his cleric schooling, and just kind of talks about how he's heard that Reese likes to peer through mirrors to see what other people are doing.
So, are you saying that Reese could communicate, but can they be going through them? Are we sending children through mirrors? Are we sacrificing children to Reese?
I'm gonna go through this door.
Aesheon gets like real, like hyper, like just like real angry. And
But it's okay. It's okay. Breathe. Can't have you thaumaturgying now. You gotta hold it together.
Can we make is there a roll to see if someone can calm me down? Because I don't know if Aesheon can calm me down.
Zevarra like comes over and is literally like hands on your shoulder, like, come on, you gotta breathe with me. You can't blow our cover. We can't save the children if you thaumaturgy right now.
Persuasion.
Would this be a persuasion? Is there something I have to roll against on my end?
No, we'll just see how good her.
Wait, can I get? Wait, Dave. Can I get little Ash to help me? So I hands on his shoulders and I start breathing. Can I like encourage little Ash to breathe with me and get him to give me the help action?
He seems a little downcast at the moment, though, so he's a little like self-reflecting right now, looking at a feather duster.
Throwing a little fit.
Not throwing a fit. He's just
a little sad that I took away the feather duster. Yeah.
This feels like such an intense role. I can't do it. Okay.
Don't screw it up.
What did you roll, Ash?
No.
It's
This is
you.
just Dave.
It's
Dave
just
said
you.
it
This
over.
is just me. It's an 8.
It's an 8. Okay, well, Ash, we'll say that you're still on edge, and maybe any little thing can set you off. But
Yeah,
you're on the brink right now.
like he like is at the brink of like tears right now because of like orphans and like sacrifice and just. And so you see him trying to calm down, but like he's like at a 9.5 right now.
Lor looks at Zevarra and gives like a wide-eyed kind of look, signaling "Get him under control."
What do you want me to do?
I feel really bad for anybody.
I'm trying my best here.
Lor does that like quiet mouth thing. He's like, "You're the one he listens to."
I'm gonna put my hand on the door as if I'm gonna go through, and then I'm gonna stop for a second, and then I'm gonna take the purple cloak off and toss it to Lor.
Okay.
Lor catches it and looks quizzically at Zephan, like, "What do you want me to do with this?"
I'm just gonna motion like, put it on, and then I'm gonna hold up the feather duster in one hand and the cleaning supplies in the other, and walk through the door.
Lor shrugs and puts the robes on.
Okay. So you're just walking through?
I walk through.
All right.
You're in your butler garb, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second. Grabbing a little bit more. more. That's a door there. Yeah, no, it's just an empty hallway. And kind of same thing, just an assortment of odds and ends pictures. There's one of like a gray horse that kind of like sticks out, but yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to this door.
Okay.
And listen for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
And I rolled a 19.
Yeah, so you hear some more of the conversation, like this is like, oh, like as guards or somebody is walking through here talking, just like, yes, we gotta take this upstairs. Yep. Yeah, I know, they're just gathering a lot of food, and I don't know, it's just kind of creepy, you know, being up in that room. I know, but money's money. And like you hear like a door close.
Okay. As soon as I hear the door close, I want to walk through this door.
Are you communicating with us?
Nope. I'm just gonna walk through the door.
Okay.
After a second of not hearing anything, after Zephan goes hit through, I'm gonna follow through this door.
And then Zevarra
That sounds
before.
awesome.
Well, as we go, I'm walking with you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just saying like, are you, like I'm checking in. Like, are you okay? You okay?
Are you talking to me?
I'm
or...
talking to Ash.
Ash,
Yeah, no,
okay.
I'm just. How you doing? You okay?
When Aesheon sees the horse picture, Dave, he's gonna stop and do an insight check on it,
Hmm.
and maybe a detect magic, and just kind of see what he's getting, or his celestial sense, because he's gonna kind of recognize something about it.
Alright. There's no magic coming from this, but you're getting a hint of your other sense, but
Okay.
nothing like super strong. And what else were you checking?
I was gonna just do an insight on it, just to like see what like jogs out of my head, or what I notice about the
Yeah.
picture,
Yeah.
or
roll.
if there's a different role.
No, insight works.
I will be right back.
He is
Hold on.
he is super flustered right now. So he rolled a 5.
Yeah, like it's you feel like it's weird, like it's staring. It's like you ever see like one of those pictures where it feels like the subject of the art is staring at you? That's kind of what it feels like. But it's just like that's all you're kind of feeling. But yeah, just upon like looking at it, it is a little bit weird because it's like a gray horse like standing there like normal, but it's inside. It's like inside a room in front of a not campfire, but like a fireplace in a very regal looking room, and around its neck is this like translucent scarf that looks like stars, or what what kind of just looks like writing or stars or just something throughout it. But it's like a very like high detailed thing. Like I'm trying to think of the era, like is like Baroque era. Is that, I'm trying to remember which art style the Baroque is.
Wasn't Baroque kind of gothic-y?
Yeah, wasn't it? I think it also had like the kind of like chubby looking people, I think.
Probably.
Sure,
Yeah.
let's go with that.
Yeah,
I
but
was gonna
it's,
say someone could correct our art history knowledge.
Would Aesheon know that that's Reese by looking at it?
not with what you rolled. Not off site. I don't think you ever had any interactions with Reese.
Okay, but I'm just really getting
Like
a
you
weird
could,
vibe off of it.
yeah, like you're getting that vibe, but you're not sure if this is like a one-for-one painting or like is this someone's interpretation? Like, you're not.
Got you.
It's like but yeah, with that like you. Can
I just say
definitely
something about that's a creepy horse.
It is a creepy horse.
To Zevarra.
It feels like it's watching me.
And Aesheon just like shakes his head and follows Lor.
I'm gonna follow Zephan, actually.
All right.
I'm just peeking around this corner.
All right. And there you see another staircase. And
Is that going up or down?
second. That one does go up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so while you're looking at that, yeah, so Zephan and Zevarra, you guys see kind of this huge opening room with like kind of a balcony looking down to what looks like a room where a great feast could be had. It actually looks like you can see down there the dining room, and maybe like there's still some random food items left over in there, and it looks like maybe there's like a lone servant girl just kind of like picking and cleaning some stuff up, just absentmindedly, not really paying much attention to anything. But this huge open area is like, ooh, I hit the wrong button. Is you can just see like just kind of windows looking out amongst the town below. And
I'm just gonna walk over to this like opening here.
And I'll follow quietly behind.
And I'll kind of motion for Zevarra to like stay closer to the wall.
Yeah.
so oops. Second. Zoom out quite a bit for this.
Oh boy. Oh. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, you see the doors and the entrance from the place that you were earlier.
No, we're above.
You're
We're
looking
on the
down.
floor above. Yeah. Okay.
You're looking down at it.
Okay.
And there's a door over here, correct?
Yes, that is a door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just continue across to this door and listen and see if I hear anything through it.
All right, roll perception. And while you're doing that, Lor and Ash, what are you guys doing?
Lor kind of turns around and looks at Ash and nods towards the stairs and the door, and then gives kind of like a quizzical, like, "What do you think?" look.
Just steps up to this door.
All right, Lor nods and then steps over to this one.
So I guess we're both rolling perception.
Yeah.
You aren't.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen before I go through a door.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing that we ran into people. That's a 10 for Ash.
There's a 7 for Lor.
All right, Lor, you don't hear anything.
If anyone's keeping stats of our rolls, this is going to be a rough one.
Yeah, Josh is in roll 20, and it looks
pretty awful.
It's real bad.
There's a couple of really good ones, and then there's a lot of bad ones.
A lot of trash.
We're not in battle.
So
a lot of dice trash.
While you are doing that, actually, I will say Zevarra and Zephan, you notice this as well as Ash is hearing this in there. You see kind of two guards. You guys can see two guards, and Ash, you're hearing this conversation of just like, yeah, well, gotta just keep patrolling, you know how the people are a little bit weird here. And the Zephan and
hear that?
the Z, yeah, you could hear that through your door. And the Z's could hear it over there as well, and they're just kind of walking.
So Zevarra still, she hasn't crossed this threshold and just like makes wide eyes at Zephan, like, shh. Or like points to her ear, like, did you hear that? But not actually saying those words, just like.
Okay, well, we'll say, Zevarra, you heard that. We'll say Zephan is more focused on the
door.
Yeah, the door right now. So.
Is it near, like me listening? Do I hear it near me or do I hear it far away?
No, you hear it near you. Like it's not. It sounds below.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure. Like, does it sound like it's coming out of the door that I'm?
Oh yeah. Like you can hear it through your door. Like these guys aren't trying to be quiet.
But it doesn't sound like it's directly behind that door. Like if I open that door, there's not going to be.
No, there's still the sound is traveling.
Gotcha. Okay. So I look at Lor and I say, "There's people below this space."
What did you say? No, just joking.
Did you hear that?
And then I just throw as many Eldritch Blast as possible.
All right, Lor comes over here. He looks at Ash and says, "What do you think? Do you think we should look and see what we can see, or should we scout up ahead?"
And Ash just like grabs the handle and just kind of like starts to open it.
Okay.
Not stealth, but just kind of like not all the way. Like he's just trying to see if the door opens.
Yeah, it opens.
So he opens at like 45 degrees.
Lor winces a little bit with the the roughness he's displaying.
Yep. So that's kind of what you see.
But what do I see here? Do I see like a railing?
Yeah, that's a railing.
That overlooks.
We can say.
Okay.
Just you're opening it all up. Whatever.
All right, so this is
like a balcony.
Yeah, that's just a balcony.
Yeah, it kind of opens
then
it opens inwards, and you can kind of peek your head around and see it all.
And this is like a window.
Yeah, that's a window
at the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I just say there's nothing in there.
All right. Lord nods and says there was nothing behind the other door, or I didn't hear anything behind the other door. So he's gonna and then walk over there and kind of like crack it open and look in.
Okay.
And Aesheon's following too.
All right.
Not stealthily.
Yep. So while you're doing that, let's go over to Z. Zephan, what was your roll?
Rolled an 8.
An 8.
Oh.
So yeah, you hear muffled voices, but like they don't sound close to you.
I'm gonna walk through the door.
Hey. You walk through the door, and this is what you see. Boop.
Oh gosh.
And one of them turns around just like, hey, what? And you're wearing the butler suit, aren't you?
And I've got a feather duster and cleaning supplies in my hands.
All right. And he's like, oh, the hired help. And there's something here. Okay. What are you doing? Oh, by the way, you came in here so you could see this too. Oh.
What am I doing?
No, like, come on, work with me. Roll 20.
No, there's somebody else coming in.
Oh.
No. You can see all that. So, Zephan, are you?
I'm going to walk over to this window and just start dusting the windowsill.
All right, and one of them gets real, like, starts walking over. He's like, I don't recognize you. You new here?
Oh, yes, I am actually. Today's my first day.
Who hired you? Who brought you in?
Samus.
Shamus, Mm-hmm. And he, like, kind of gives an eye like to everybody, and they're just like, and they kind of squint, and they're like, let me. And where does the Samus work? What does he do?
But he works over at the hiring agency.
And like the other guards begin coming closer, and they're like, that's the thing there. Samus hasn't worked here in about. And then you just hear this like this whistle, and like all the guards like snap up, and they're just like, oh, and they're like, we'll deal with you later, and they start coming towards this door. Hey, real quick, Zevarra, you heard that whistle. What are you doing?
Holy crap. I can't. Did he leave the door open?
They weren't being quiet, but it's still a little bit distance of away. So like you could
So
probably
what
hear
would
the
I
faint,
have like perceived or like heard?
like you could have heard someone like, hey.
Okay, so I know that he's with someone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and hide. So is there anything in here? If not, then I'm gonna go back out through this door, where I came from.
I'll let you know, since there's nowhere really to hide, but yeah, you did hear the whistle coming from down here, like from downstairs.
Okay, so then I'm gonna come back out this door and like close it quietly and just kind of like hide around the corner and listen.
Okay, and Lor and Ash, you hear that as well, but you guys opened this, so let me show you this first. Like right as you open this door, you hear the whistle.
Okay.
But in here is a very nice looking room, as you can see. Like it looks like some fruits and a little bit of foliage in here. Definitely a big old bed for hanging out and sleeping sometimes, I guess. And yeah, that's what you see.
I'm gonna do kind of like just noting that it's a nicer room. I'm gonna do like a quick scan around the room for like any documents or anything that might look official or important.
All right.
Brown's going to do the same thing he's been doing. He's just going to open up anything that's shut to see if it's unlocked.
Okay. So let me resolve what happened over here. These guards, they all are like, what is that? And they like immediately like run over here, and then they go downstairs.
Oof. Can I hear them descend?
Yes, you can hear them descend. They were running.
Okay, so once like the footsteps, like once I can tell that they're in the distance, I'm gonna like sneak my way back in here and see if I can get over to Zephan. So I'm going like kind of like, I don't know, quiet, quick, to get over here if I can.
Okay. Yep, and yeah, you meet back up with him. Okay, we're gonna finish what these guys are seeing in here. So yeah, why don't you roll? I was about to say a search check, but that's a Call of Cthulhu thing. Roll perception, see if you find anything.
Okay. That's a 13.
13.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no,
That's your second nat one of the day, Lord.
Yeah.
Man.
That's insanity.
So Lord, you like go over to this teapot and you're like, oh, and it's just like, it's like a very putrid smelling tea to you. Very overpowering to the senses, and you're like, grumbles. And little Ash like holds up his tea set like, what? And Ash, in here you find in this cabinet right here, you find very regal looking clothing, and just like in all these cabinets, it doesn't look like there's paperwork held here, but there's a door here, and yeah.
So Ash is gonna take a set of regal clothes.
All right. Roll.
Laura's.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Laura's gonna back out and just kind of quietly come up the steps here and just see what's at the top.
Okay.
And Aesheon's gonna check the door.
Oh yeah, it's not locked.
Yeah, so he's gonna open it. Just because, and nobody else is there, so he's definitely just opening it.
You open it up, and there's this long hallway, and that. I'm gonna figure out what that art is. It looks like a table, but I'm gonna say it's a
Looks
cart.
like a bathtub.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, it looks like a tub, and like you can see like. Yeah, that would be like kind of your towel and maybe a little bit of toiletries. But the big thing that you notice is on this wall is a giant mirror.
A mirror in front of a tub. That's...
All right, so let's go back over to the Z's over here.
Okay,
you had a close call.
Yeah, Zevarra is like, are you okay? What happened?
Oh, absolutely nothing, darling. It was fine. I'm then going to take a piton out of my bag and wedge the door shut.
Alright.
On our side, or are we going
On our
back?
side.
So
No,
we're
so like
not
the door
trapped in
can't
here.
open in towards us.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wedge it under the door like a doorstop.
Okay.
Are we finding the others, or are we just going?
We'll find them later. And then
This is making
This is
Zevarra
Elizabeth's
very
worst
nervous.
nightmare.
Like she's very agitated. Just so you know, like I don't know
Well,
if this is a good
I
idea.
personally am very curious why there were 4 guards in front of this door. So I'm gonna go over and listen at the door.
Alright, roll perception.
18.
Nice.
Alright.
If you're the only one that's
what
had
we
like
needed.
good rolls.
Good rolls. Yeah.
So, you hear like someone kind of muttering to themselves, just like, oh no, what are we doing here? Oh goodness, what happened there? And just someone, it was just like a lot, like someone just kind of muttering and like kind of flipping of papers.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'll motion for Zevarra to be quiet. I'll be like, shh. And then I'm gonna come over to this door and listen at it.
Alright, yeah, roll for that.
Ooh. 7.
Yeah, you don't hear anything.
Does the door open inwards or outwards?
Inward.
So inwards towards me?
Yep.
Pitten.
Okay.
Wedging it
I'll
shut.
go to this door and listen.
Alright, and then you see a staircase as
Ooh.
well. But yeah,
Ooh,
go ahead,
okay.
listen.
That's a 19.
Yeah, no, you don't really hear much of anything in here.
I like turn around and look at Zephan and like make a face of like, should I open it? And kind of get his opinion.
Zephan will kind of walk over and look at the door to see if the door opens inwards or outwards.
It opens inwards.
Pitten. Wedging it shut.
Like it opens into the
Oh, it opens into the room?
into the room. Sorry, yeah, I misunderstood
Okay.
what you were asking. Yeah, it opens into the room.
So Zephan will lean into Zevarra and go, well, I heard someone muttering and some like papers in that room. There were 4 guards, 2 of us. I think we should go in there and say hi.
Okay, what is our goal here? And are we just going in as ourselves? Because
will
I
be
don't
the
look
butler, here
like
to
I-
introduce an honored guest to whoever's in the room.
okay. I don't follow this god. I don't look like I follow this god.
I will introduce you as a mute priest.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I am then going to walk over to this door and set down the cleaning supplies and the feather duster on the ground, like off to the side of the door, so you can't see it when you open the door.
All right.
I am then going to swing the door wide open and step inside.
All right.
my
While
gosh.
that's going on, let's go back to our other guys right here. So Ash, you see that mirror is. What do you want to do?
Aesheon, can I do like an insight check? Well, so first thing he's going to do when he sees that, knowing what he knows about mirrors, he's going to cast 2 cantrips. So he's going to cast his detect magic to see if there's any magical energy coming off of it. And then he's also going to cast his celestial sense and see if he can get any celestial energy off of it.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing from
Okay.
either.
And then he's gonna just what would I roll to just kind of feel like, because he ever since he's seen the picture and just the things he knows about the mirror and he just really feels like he's like super being watched right now. Would that be an insight roll? Would it be an investigation? Like, what does he notice about the mirror?
Do investigation.
Okay. So that is a 7 investigation.
Yeah. So like looking at it and from what you can tell, this just seems like a normal mirror.
Okay. And there's nothing like on the table there where all the toiletries are.
Yeah,
is there
just-
anything of like use there, or is it just like soaps and stuff?
Just soaps and just kind of shampoos and perfumes and towels.
He'll take the perfume with him.
All right. And you see a little hand reach out for some soap.
Yep. And I give him some shampoo and stuff. Like
No, he just wants a soap.
this
He
time-
just wants a bar of soap.
okay. So I give him the bar of soap after he throws the shampoos back at me, and then I find Lor,
All right.
and like try to catch up to him.
Okay.
Noticing that I'm all alone in this place.
Yeah, we'll say all that happened. Like that was pretty quick while Laura was coming back out. Let me. Don't worry, I already have your tokens here. You guys are wanna. Oh, did I even put you guys on the right area?
Never split the party, guys. We're all gonna die.
It's almost like Zephan didn't learn from the first time that he almost died.
It's
At least this
almost
time
like,
he has a friend, and he has
Yeah.
a pretty beefy character to take most of the abuse. So
It is true. You're gonna murder the mute priest. That's got to be like a war crime or a spiritual crime, a hate crime. Hate crime.
All right, and you see this room.
where?
All right, where is it?
Oh,
we're back to you
bottom
guys.
left hand.
Oh, okay. The bottom left hand is where we are
Yep, that's where you guys are.
currently.
I'll let you
okay,
guys-
cool.
Baby.
So,
I'm following Lord's lead at this point.
Yeah. So we see there's some windows on this one set of doors. So I turn around and looked at Ash and say, "Oh, we probably should get back to the others. We've been gone for a while, but I want to look through this door, just see if there's anything there.
And Ash agrees.
But we'll head back in just a second. So I'm gonna come up, try and do a perception check.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Can we
Almost
both
moved myself.
roll?
I almost did.
Dave, or do you just want one of us?
one of you guys can roll. Well, Lor
Alright,
said
why
he
don't-
was, Lor said he was going to check, so Lor.
Yeah, I'll let
Ah. All right, so I rolled an 11 plus 3. That is 14.
Oh!
14.
That's
Yeah.
over 10.
You broke double digits.
All
You-
right.
It is quiet out there.
And actually, you can trust it this time, ish.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna like kind of crack the door, or like slowly swing it open, like, as long as I'm not hearing anything, I keep opening it.
Yeah, no, you don't hear anything, like, as you're opening it.
All right, then I'm just going to open it all the way.
Yep.
The map is not being kind right now, so I'm trying to move things. All right. Not move things, but, like, move the map over so I can reveal things. Hey.
All right. All right, so I look at Ash and I say, we have no idea how far this is going to keep going. Let's head back and regroup.
Aesheon follows.
Okay. Your tokens should still be on the floor that you guys were at before.
Okay. So we'll go back over to the right.
So, yeah, we're going to walk up to... Probably at least walk into this room.
My tokens are not there. Oh, no,
Yeah,
it is. You're on the stairs.
No, I was at the wrong stairs.
Oh. Yeah, so... yeah, you guys are there.
So I'm following Lor.
Yeah, you can go where Lor is. All right, while you guys are there, roll perception.
Okay.
And yeah, so you guys swing these doors open, and as you do so... Oop, just clicked a little bit too wide there. You just see this gut Alwyn just oh no, what is going on here? And he's just like, he's very nervous, like, oh no, what are you?
Where do we see this guy?
No, it's me and
you guys. You
Zevarra
guys.
and
All right,
Zephan, yeah.
Yep.
So I will step into the room and say, may I have the pleasure of presenting Priestess Zenithar Ziaklisilon of the Mute Coral Temple.
No. How'd you get in here?
I was...
Who are you?
Told I'm the butler.
No, you're not.
I'm the new butler.
No, we don't hire new butlers.
Well, I was hired because your current butler had a terrible accident this morning.
No. He's enjoying the festivities. I saw him this morning.
But I assure you I was hired because he had a terrible accident this morning, and then I was asked to bring this wonderful lady up to meet you.
I don't think she's that wonderful.
Well, I can understand that. I was told she's a mute.
What? Like, he starts creeping closer. What are you here for?
And I will look at Zevarra.
The mute one.
And you know what? We can call it there.
Well, good. Now I have 2 weeks to figure out what the freaking what I'm gonna come up with. Holy cow! Start pulling bread out of my cloak.
just start speaking and then look really surprised and be like, "It's a miracle!"
Oh man.